Hey guys, Ethan. I'm here with another interview for you guys, and today I'm here with Sshvdow. So how you doing, bro?
What's up? I'm chilling.
All right. I guess we're just gonna start off with the first question. So how did you get your name?
My name is really not as special as everybody thinks it is. Um, I used to do YouTube videos, like just gaming stuff,
Yeah,
and my name was really basic. It was just Shadow Gaming, and I was just trying to like make it something that is more not basic but keep the same general premise. So I just kind of added an extra S and turned the A to a V.
all right, that's lit. Anyway, so for the next question, so you don't have to say where you're from, but like, what was it like growing up?
Well, I don't have a problem saying where I'm from. I'm from like the smallest state in the United States. From
Rhode
Rhode Island.
Island.
Yeah, but
Oh wow.
I don't know. School's kind of sucked. I was never really that great at school. Like I think past like middle school, I stopped doing good. Like I was an honor student up until like sixth grade, and then after that, everything just kind of fell apart.
I can totally
I
relate to that.
Or like I don't know what it is. I just lost interest in like everything.
Yeah, I totally feel that. Like, definitely, like, I feel like through middle school, like, I just got like really bored. And then just freshman year of high school, like, I was like kind of, like trying to keep up a
High
GPA. And
school
then,
was bad.
bro, I'm in my sophomore year right now. And especially because this whole like coronavirus thing, I'm just like completely just like, I'm just doing the best I can. And I'm just like, grade is a grade. I don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you have to take like online classes?
yeah, I'm doing like stuff through like Google Classroom right now, but like they're not even giving out work. The funny thing is one of my teachers is using it like Facebook. Like she'll just share like random articles. Like she won't even put out work. Like I'll see notifications. I'm like, "Oh, there's some work." But it's just like some like article or like she shared like a picture of her backyard. I'm like,
What the
This
hell?
isn't fucking Facebook. This is Google Classroom. What are you doing?" Yeah. It was wild.
Yeah,
But
but
any
no, in high school I just like didn't do anything. I was really bad in high school. I'm not even in school anymore right now.
Oh wow. So what you doing right now?
I'm
Just chilling.
just working, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't now because of like, everything that's going
Yeah.
on, but
Exactly.
yeah. Um I graduated last year from high
Oh yeah.
school.
Oh
Barely.
yeah. But anyways, so going on to like what were some of your like early inspirations? Like in some of your songs, definitely like especially with your earlier ones, like your first EP, I can definitely tell it almost sounds like a Josh A. Jake Hill kind of.
Mhm.
Yeah, were they an inspiration to you?
I don't know. I take inspiration from like everywhere
Yeah. So
because
like
I try to make it so
yeah.
that not too many of my songs sound the same.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like listening to a bunch of different artists too. Like I'll go from listening to like fucking heavy metal to something super chill, like I don't know, like Nicole Dollenganger or Maggie Lynn.
Definitely like you're very in tune with like the emo rap scene, I would say. So like who are some of those people that definitely inspired you?
Uh, well, definitely like I don't know, like Lil Peep was big. And
Yeah.
it's sad because I didn't even like really know who he was before he died.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna be fake about it and be like, oh, I was a huge fan of him, but like,
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are like that and I just nah. Like I yeah.
yeah, that's always annoying.
Yeah, like just people just fake fans like you can show your sympathy and your condolences, but don't be acting like you were there in the beginning, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wasn't there with Lil Peep like while he was alive, but after he died, then I was like, oh damn, I kind of wish I was.
Exactly. I mean, I barely was there. It was like a couple months. Like the crazy thing was is I almost went to one of his concerts. He came to my city. He was coming to my city and like just last minute my dad just said like, like I was like 13, 14 at the time, so like obviously, I couldn't be going to concerts by myself. So my dad was just like, this was before I started really going to rap concerts and he was just like, like you can't go and, obviously now both my dad and I regret not going. So,
Yeah, damn, that sucks.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I wish I would have gone to like an X concert or something like
oh
that too,
yeah,
because X I feel like inspired everybody to some degree. At
oh
least
yeah,
most people that are in the underground right now.
exactly. I mean, X just like the whole like South Florida rap scene, like him, Wi-Fi's
Yeah.
funeral, just like all the members only, and then like I mean, even if you like Puya and Ghostman,
Oh
uh,
hell yeah.
yeah, just like Raider Clan, with like Denzel Curry, and even though I don't really
Yeah,
like him that much, Space Ghost Perp, um,
yeah. I
yeah,
feel like nobody really likes him, but like you gotta
yeah,
respect what he
you
does.
gotta respect what he does. Like I feel like he's like one of those people, or like another example would be like the lead singer of Burzum, for those of you who are into black metal, like it's just like I feel like you can like appreciate their work, but you know, it's once you I don't know, I feel like you can kind of separate the work from the artist, but at the same
From the
time,
artist, yeah.
but it's just I don't know. I haven't really given it that
It's
much
kind of
thought.
hard sometimes.
Yeah, because like if you think about it, like music is inspired of like what how people are in their real lives. So
Yeah. I don't know.
exactly.
I don't listen to a lot of Space Ghost Perp,
Yeah,
but I
I don't.
acknowledge the fact that he's like a huge inspiration.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he started the whole wave, and him and Raider Clan just it was a whole wave. Anyways, so going back to a little bit of your earlier discography, I was able to go through your EP, and I'm in Venom. I know I'm saying this wrong. What was your first EP called? I'm sorry.
He's
It's
no, it's fine.
Izanami. Izanami.
Yeah, everything gets kind of confusing when you see like the A's and V's. Yeah, it's
Oh yeah.
Izanami.
All right, yeah. Cuz like it's just, you know. Yeah, I mean that's how the underground is. Like
Yeah, I
yeah.
know.
Yeah. Anyways, so what was like the inspiration behind Izanami, and like how'd you come up with that first EP?
Well, Izanami is the Japanese goddess of creation and death, I believe. I hope I'm getting that right. But so I was just basically just trying to like see what I can do, like just do a little bit of everything. I had like rap in there, like really hardcore rap, and then I had a song that isn't really in there anymore because I thought it was garbage because I delete stuff all the time if I don't like it.
Yeah, I
It's called
totally
Corpse
relate to that.
Party. It was like I don't know, a few people liked it, but I wasn't really feeling it, so I got rid of it. But yeah, I just tried doing I don't know, just pushing the limits, I guess. But I mean, it was my first EP. I still kind of really didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah. I mean, it just like takes, but definitely like going through your discography, like definitely I can see that growth, you know, where you're like kind of like, I can't remember exactly which song, but you had one song in there that was like almost like a trap metal ragecore inspired track. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Sadistic Smile.
yeah. Like it just definitely, I could see a lot of like experimentation with a lot of different, sounds and genres, especially. So, more talking about your style of rapping. I've noticed a lot of your more like recent tracks either are kind of like old school like lo-fi rapping, or more of that like sad kind of like more singing. I don't.
Hmm.
Yeah, just I not exactly like I don't want to say like compare you to really anyone, but like kind of like that sad rap, you know, that like sad emo rap wave. So like, how do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like decide between doing, you know, which style? Like, what leans you in either direction when you're creating a track?
I don't know. It's usually just based on like how I feel at the moment, and most of the stuff is just like I don't know. It just comes from the heart. Kind of just feel a certain way, and then try to portray that into lyrics, and then find a beat that kind of like suits the whole mood.
All right, so how did you meet Risky? And because you've been working with him for a long time, you guys repost a lot of your track each other's tracks. So like, where did that friendship begin?
Yeah, I met him in seventh grade, I believe. I think I met, yeah, it was in like Spanish class or something like that. We were like terrible kids in middle school.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah, I've been knowing him for years, bro. That's my boy right there.
yeah,
And we both kind of wanted to been doing like rap or like making music in general since like probably the beginning of high school, maybe, or like the end of middle school, but we never really got the chance until like a year ago because I met this friend that had like a whole studio.
Oh wow.
So everything kind of worked out.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of my friends they had to like really like build their studios and like I've had some friends come over and like use like my cuz like I have like a podcasting setup. They'll use
Hmm.
like my mic for recording and like I ended up getting some software and just like kind of just like sound engineer a little bit for some of my friends. So yeah. Um
Yeah.
Definitely just like a lot of guys in my collective um just like working together and like one thing I really find interesting is that you mentioned earlier that you're from Rhode Island, and I think I can't think of any other artists that I know from Rhode Island. I probably know someone, but how do you feel about like the Rhode Island rap scene and like the Rhode Island underground?
I don't know, because like nobody really comes out of the state, which kind of sucks. Like I don't know any big names that have made it out of the state as far as like music is concerned. There's probably like, actors and all that, but I don't
Yeah,
know any
exactly.
huge like rappers or anything that came out of where I'm from. Cause most of the underground artists in this state or like state rappers, whatever you want to call them, they don't like they all kind of like I'm not trying to throw shade, but like they all kind of like sound the same or they sound
Yeah,
like New York rap or something like that. Like nobody
yeah,
really has like their original sound and it kind of sucks.
yeah. Like there isn't really like a defined sound they could say that's a Rhode Island sound. It's just kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
influence off in New York, and I mean that makes sense. Like New York rap, I mean influences a lot. I mean going all the way back to the '90s with like the whole like West Coast versus East Coast thing.
Hmm.
I mean just
Yeah, everybody kind of just like hops on waves.
exactly. I mean I guess where I'm from, like Michigan. I don't know. Like I'm sure you've heard of TJX6. Like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah, like that whole scam rap, like really fast beats. Like, I don't know if you know about Shitty Boys at all.
No, I don't.
Yeah, they're riding that wave too. There's some other people. I even have guy in my collective who is bringing a lot of that Detroit sound, but like that's a wave that's definitely coming out of Detroit. Like really fast beats and just scam rap, really.
Yeah.
But that's definitely
I
like
mean, there could be something in my state that I just don't know about yet. But to
yeah,
my knowledge, everything is kind of just like influence from elsewhere. Nothing's really
exactly.
original out here.
Yeah, I mean, where I'm from, I'm not exactly from the Detroit area. I mean, I am from the area, but like, I'm not like from the actual city. So like, it's kind of interesting. Like, my area really doesn't have a sound. All that's really
Mhm.
out here is just NBA YoungBoy clones, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah,
Some
no,
of that,
actually, there's a lot of that out here too, to be
yeah,
honest.
I feel like
Like
that.
people
That's just,
just hop on whatever's big.
I know. I feel like that's just like that's just everywhere, like everyone that I've talked
Yeah.
to, like a lot, most of the people that I've interviewed, that most of the Americans I've ever interviewed, they really say like that's like if there's anything in their area, that's prevalent. I mean, you can find those guys everywhere.
Yeah.
It's whatever's popping. But anyways, so um, going into like another person you have worked with, I think you only have about one song with them, but how did you meet Chase Green and end up working with him?
Chase Green, that's also my boy. I met him in high school though. He's like one of the few people that I actually mess with from my high school.
Oh, really?
Everybody else was kind of like, yeah. I mean, I met like a few good friends in high school, but most of my friends that I'm still friends with are like either middle school or like even before then. But I met Chase in high school and he was actually making music before I was.
Oh, really?
And I kind of the kid whose studio I was using to record, he like told Chase that I was like really good or whatever and he's like, "Yo, you guys should collab." So we just linked up, made some.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So,
I love that song too.
yeah. Uh, I can't remember which one was it again.
Alone.
Oh, that one. Yeah, yeah. That was really good. I
Yeah,
really like
all
that.
my song titles are weird, bro. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all good. Like the whole underground's like that, to be honest.
Yeah, all
Whole under
the X's and O's and all that.
X's, O's. Yeah, I've seen tons of that. Anyways, so, one of the songs what I think the song that stood out to me the most was the song Lilith, and I was just
Hmm.
wondering, does that is that song directed at a certain person, or is that just like a title that you just came up with for the song?
Uh, kinda, kinda directed at a certain person. Um, not really. I mean, Lilith is like the name of a succubus, basically,
Yeah,
and a succubus is kind of just somebody who pretends to like you for, I don't know. It's just like really lustful. So it's basically just about somebody who's like fallen for a
yeah,
succubus. It's a really weird topic,
yeah.
but yeah,
I that's actually like a really interesting topic because I know one person who's actually named Lilith. Um,
yeah.
so it's like I didn't know if like maybe that was like an X or something, and it was just kind of like a subliminal diss or
Nah, nah,
something.
nah. I mean, it can apply to certain people,
Yeah, I
but
mean, I
no,
was gonna say if it was, that's a pretty bold move. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, we're not gonna say names on here.
Yeah, we're not saying names. We're keeping it on the down low. But anyways, so moving on to more. I've noticed you have your own merch line. You know, you're selling merch, and a lot of where your image pertains to is your clothing, and like a lot of your personality surrounds like a lot of like what you wear, and the mask I think is like the most iconic part with your image, and definitely it's like and it's your profile picture, it's the mask with the X. So does that have any deeper
Mhm.
meaning to you, or did you just see it was like, yeah, this is cool, I'll just wear it?
I mean, I mean a little bit of both. I mean, the X part of the mask is kind of just like I don't really like talking to people that much. Kind of like all on my own, basically. Not to sound like super depressing or anything, but
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
I
But the
mean,
mask thing is
yeah,
like I don't know. I'm not gonna say the mask thing is original because it's really not.
it's really not,
But
but like,
I haven't gotten any flack for it yet, though. I
yeah.
haven't been called like a Scar Lord clone or anything because I don't
Right.
sound like anybody else that wears a mask.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess like the only person I could say is like maybe pertain to that is like Project, but like Project is like he doesn't have one sound and he wears like a ski mask most of the
Yeah, yeah.
time. So yeah,
I love
definitely.
Project.
Oh my god, I love Project too, bro. I just
Yeah, I actually got him to like repost a few of my stuff too.
oh
He's
that's
really chill.
I know he's that. Yeah, I love going on watching his live streams. Yeah, I just interviewed Fukuda recently, and just like talking with him about Project was like just really insightful, and just yeah, I'm hoping one of these days I can get a Project interview. Hey, Project, if you're watching this,
Hell yeah,
hit me up, bro. We need to make that happen. Yeah. Anyways,
definitely.
we definitely need to make that
Actually,
happen.
to be honest, he might be a big inspiration of mine too.
Yeah, I mean, he was really huge, like inspiring me to like, you know, make music content on my channel. I mean, he was like one of the first people I thought about talking about. I still haven't made a video on Project. I really should though.
Should do
Um,
that, bro.
Definitely. I made the funny thing is like back in 2018, I made like a thumbnail for it. Like I'll throw it up on screen right now, but I made a thumbnail for like a supposed project video. But I never made it. This is like
You
March
just
20.
thought about it.
I thought about it. I made the thumbnail. It's just like, all right, I'll have it and ready, and I just never did it. So that's
Yeah,
something.
damn.
That's
Do that.
yeah.
I'll watch
That's something.
that.
Yeah, that's something I got to get on. And kind of like talking about thumbnails and album covers. So how do you choose your album covers? Like, is it just like out of random, or is there like more like deeper meaning behind it?
Well, for Izanami, it was kind of just like a picture of Izanami, like the goddess.
Yeah, I
But
mean it makes
everything else
sense.
is kind of like, I don't know, everything else is kind of like all over the place. It's really weird. I don't really have a structure to the way that I choose my covers. It's just like I kind of listen to the song and then I don't know, an image kind of just like pops in my head. So it's like, oh, I think that could go well with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess another person you worked with a little bit was Light. So how did you end up meeting them and working with them?
Well, actually, Light isn't like a person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Light's an alter ego of mine.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah,
So
I haven't really explored much of that too much, like as much as I want to, but we're gonna definitely get into that in the future.
definitely I guess if like you just said you don't really want to talk much about it, but like maybe if you give a little bit of insight on how you came up with that alter ego and like what it means a little bit.
Oh yeah, I could talk about it. It's
All
like
right.
basically Shadow is kind of like really more emotional, kind of like not darker sounding, but like yeah, on the more emotional side, like forgiving, all that, more open. And Light is kind of just like the direct opposite of that, just kind of like loud, really in your face about everything, says how it
Aggressive.
is, that sort of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
aggressive.
I definitely like that. Like when like artists have like alter egos, I always find it really fascinating and like the stories behind
Yeah,
it
I'm trying to
definitely.
explore that. It's just I don't really know how to go about it right now, so I'm still kind of like just going with the flow, but I'm
I mean,
definitely gonna explore that.
yeah. I mean, definitely exploring it I think is like a good idea cuz you can really have some like good character development with within your music, you know. Like I mean, music is all
Yeah.
about like telling a story. I mean, not okay. Music in its premise is about telling a story.
Yeah,
But there are
yeah.
some songs that we can say are questionable about telling a story.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, anyways, so talking about more about your music, what is your biggest regret in music?
My biggest regret. Huh. That's a weird question. um I mean not in a bad way or anything, but I don't know, to be honest. Maybe I regret having Empty be my biggest song, but I mean that's not really my choice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really I don't like that song. But then again, I don't really like much of what I make,
I mean that's true
which
with like most artists, you know.
yeah, I don't know why though. Like
I
I kind of put stuff out just cuz sometimes. Like
yeah.
I'll send stuff to friends or whatever and they'll be like, "Yo, this is hard. You should post this." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know, man."
Yeah, I totally feel that. Like, I'll be like making a video and like I'll be done with it, and I'm just like, I hate this thing, but I'm still gonna put it out because I need to
Yeah,
post because I need to post something.
exactly.
Otherwise my channel's gonna die. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I
Bro,
totally feel. Go ahead.
I went like 3 months recently without posting anything because I was just so like I don't know,
Yeah,
stubborn, I guess.
it was like on your most recent song, Afterlife. I saw someone comment. It was like, "Oh shit, he's not dead."
Yeah, basically, I died for 3 months because I
Wow.
didn't know what to post. I was like too afraid to post anything because I thought all the stuff I was making was garbage.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like I don't feel like a lot of it's garbage. I think it's definitely like different from like, you know, like I'm not you, so I don't know like what you think is bad, but like I mean you're doing numbers, so like clearly you're doing something
Yeah,
good, you know.
yeah,
Um
that's cool, I guess.
yeah. I mean it's all about just like what you want to do, and you know, it's just putting out what you want cuz like I mean if you're just forcing it out, it's not really art, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I guess I just have a lot of like self-doubt when it comes to that sort of thing. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know. I always
I,
think of like the worst possible case scenario. I'm like, damn, what if I post this and it's like it gets like 2 views?
Oh yeah, I totally get that. I mean, yeah, just like posting like I had this one video commentary video that blew up on my channel. It's called female trap metal slash ragecore artist. I put that out
I
thinking
actually
that.
watched that, yeah.
Oh really? What'd you think of it?
Yeah, I did. It was pretty cool. I mean, I didn't really know about a lot of female trap
Yeah,
metal artists, so
yeah,
it helped me out.
yeah. I mean, there's one. Shout out to Lizzo. Uh, Bet. All right, they got a long ass name. I'm gonna put them on screen right now. They got a weird name, but they made a video before that. They told me about a couple of the artists. But yeah, they're really cool. But I previously before watching that video was really, you know, I was like, you know, aside from that person, you know, like not really anyone's like talking about this, and like, you know, it's underground music, and like I talked to some of my friends and they're like, oh, you know, if you like put out a, you know, like more like my friends that listen to mainstream stuff, like they're like, oh, if you put out something underground, no one's gonna watch it. But then, I talked to my friends that were into underground music, and they're like, no, put that out, do it. And I'm so glad I listened to them because like it's sitting at like 3.4K right now, which is
Oh hell
crazy.
yeah, it was a good
Yeah,
video.
yeah. I mean, it took me like, I made it between like beginning of August to the mid of October because I was just like so lazy and just like
Oh damn, I'd be
I
like that
yeah
sometimes.
yeah
Just working on something for an excessive amount of time.
oh yeah. Yeah, like it's so weird. Like I feel like lately, like I'll have like spur of the moment motivation. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
and
of course.
it just comes in waves. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so talking about more of like the issues within the underground, and like obviously with a lot of your music, it covers the topics of depression. That's a major recurring theme within your music. So how do you feel about rappers when like there's a huge like wave, I wouldn't say wave, but like group of fans within the underground that just basically point at all. I mean, I guess one person we could say like notorious for doing this is Tom McDonald, but like notorious for saying,
Hmm.
"Oh, they're faking their depression. They're not sad. This isn't their." And like to an extent, I can like understand because like a lot of times music is an exaggerated version of one's experiences. But like, what do you think of that whole argument that like most rappers are just faking their depression for like money?
I mean, I can definitely see why you could think that about certain people, but in the end, you can't really tell what somebody's feeling. So
Exactly.
I guess it's just like it's something that you shouldn't really worry about, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like definitely like I mean, you don't know what people are going through, and like I've definitely, I've always tried to stay neutral when it comes to like people's personal lives cuz like obviously, like you don't know what's going through someone's head, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
like
exactly. So just don't like you don't gotta assume you know what's going on. Like just leave it alone.
yeah, cuz like of course you're not going to know, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But anyways, so another issue that's been going on in the underground that's caused a lot of debate is artists blowing up on TikTok, and a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of I'm sure you've seen a lot of artists blowing up. Going from nothing to like just stardom. I mean, we got like Tokyo's Revenge, Freddie Dredd, David Shoddy,
Yeah.
Youngster Jack. Like, you got all these people blowing up. So, like, what do you think about all that? Like, is it ruining the music, or do you think it's like good for artists and exposure?
I mean, it's good for the artists, but like, I don't know how I feel about TikTok in general. It's
Yeah,
really weird, like to see somebody dancing, doing weird stuff over like a Freddie Dredd song. Like, what are you
yeah,
doing?
exactly. Like, I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, then
I
again, I didn't really know who Tokyo's Revenge was. Stuff happened, so I don't know. It
yeah,
is good for the artist because you do get your name out there, but you get your name out there in a pretty weird way. So
yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
you're okay with all that, then I guess it's a good thing. But I don't know. I still haven't downloaded TikTok. I don't think I'm
yeah.
going to.
I mean, there really is no need to. You're not really missing much. Um,
I doubt I'm gonna see somebody dancing to any of my music on there too. So I'm
you
good.
never know. You never know. I mean, I never thought that someone was gonna dance to like a Freddie Dredd song, but I mean, here we are.
True.
That
Yeah, I guess
like
you're right.
he's on that whole like funk like Suicide Boys wave. I'm like, no one's gonna make a TikTok to this, and then
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't
proven
know.
wrong. But like
The
one
way
arg
stuff blows up is like
yeah,
really weird.
exactly. It's so weird. Um, one argument to one point that someone I interviewed recently brought up. I can't remember exactly who it was, but um, they said that like one reason why it might be negative is that when you go, and I've seen this a lot, like when you show appreciation for a song that blew up on TikTok, even if you didn't find it on TikTok, people will quick to say, oh, you found that off TikTok,
Oh
you're a
yeah.
fake fan or something like that.
I feel like that's a lot of stuff too, though. It doesn't even have to be like music. There could be like certain, I don't know, trends and stuff that blow up on TikTok and then everybody just assumes that it's from there or whatever.
Exactly.
But
And
yeah, I don't know. I feel like that also could hurt like your ability to be taken seriously, I guess.
exactly. Because like everyone just sees you as like this TikTok artist, you know?
Yeah, and then it's like, "Oh, you're that guy who made that song that blew up on TikTok." It's like, "Yeah, but I didn't make it for TikTok."
Yeah. I mean, now there's like a wave of people like making. I've had a couple friends like make songs that were like they said it was like inspired for TikTok, but at the same
Well, yeah,
time,
that's different though, because I
that's
feel like
different.
that's like made to go viral on there. If you make
Yeah,
something and then it's like Freddie Dredd, I guarantee you he was making his music with no idea that it would blow up on TikTok. Like that was not
exactly.
his intention at all.
Yeah, and then now you have it's so fascinating to me because um, like back when I was in like middle school, I'd have like so many of my, so many people just like talk crap about the underground and just like especially like Scarlord. Like I understand like Scarlord's pretty memeable. I mean, I think,
Yeah.
I mean he's like kind of just template bass, trash gang, trap metal kind
Yeah.
of thing, but like at the same time like like all these people were talking badly about the underground, and then fast forward like 2 3 years later, I got people coming up to me telling me about how like they're listening to like Tokyo's Revenge and like
Yeah.
David Shoddy. I'm like, when were you like when did you get like infatuated with the underground? Like when was this a thing? Like I'm not
Yeah,
opposed.
I
Yeah,
can relate to that entirely.
I'm not opposed to people coming in and like learning about the underground and being involved with the scene. I mean, that's how we all got in here. That's how we grow as a
Mhm.
community. But at the same time, I
You
feel like
don't you
there
don't gotta pretend like you've been here.
you
It's all
don't.
good.
Yeah, exactly. Like don't pretend like it. Like just be honest. Like just like I don't I respect people more when they're honest about their listening habits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like it's the same about like artists after they pass.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, we were talking about that earlier with Peep,
Hmm.
like
I feel
X.
like X had that like really bad though,
Oh yeah.
because
I
then he
mean,
after he died, he's out here getting features with like Lil Wayne and stuff.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, some of those features I can understand because he was like a huge Wayne fan during his time when he was alive, but like some of those like it just doesn't make any sense. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
even on his like his most recent album or like his last album,
It was
there's some features on there that are like what?
yeah, like what? Like I don't like I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Like I remember listening to it and like there's some people on there. It was
I
Bad
think there's
Vibes.
like a Rick Ross feature.
Yeah, there's a Rick Ross feature. You got a Tory Lanez feature. You got a
Yeah, on two songs.
on two songs. I know. Like you got
Like
Joyner
why?
Lucas too. Like I understand like Ica Blood Veins and like Joey Badass, Kill Station, PNB
Yeah.
Rock, Trippy Red. They were all friends while he was alive. But these other
Hmm.
people, just like especially Rick Ross, I feel like that's like the one that just doesn't make any sense. Like where did he
Like
come
who
in the
asked for
picture?
an X and Rick Ross collab?
Who asked for that? Like, I'm sorry, but I haven't heard Rick Ross since like 2015. I'm sorry. Like, sorry
Yeah,
to
me
Rick
neither.
Ross fans, but I haven't heard his music relevant since like 2016. You know what I'm saying?
It's
But
probably why
anyway,
he hopped on that.
exactly. Gotta suck him dry. The thing that disgusted me the most was the museum that his mom put up. That was like
Yeah.
that to me was like the last straw. And
I don't
like
know. There's a lot about that whole situation that was just like not needed.
exactly. And I don't know if I can't remember. One of my friends told me that Cooley Cut actually got kicked from members only because he was basically exposing that most of the people in members only were using X for money, X's death for money. I'm not gonna say any of that's fact because I haven't looked into it, but I mean it seems pretty
Yeah, I don't
plausible.
even know.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
could see that happening because there's a bunch of members only people like in that collective that I don't even know their names.
Yeah, exactly. Like the only ones that like I was really on like while X was alive was like Kid Trunks and like Kill Station, Bass Santana and like uh Kill Soul, Kinsoul, like, but like,
Cancel, yeah.
yeah, but I was never listening to like, what was it, Flyboy Tarantino, SD, um, I can't, like you said, I can't even remember
Yeah,
the
there's a
rest of
lot of
them.
names.
There's a lot of names. Oh yeah, and then I guess I was bumping some Wi-Fi's funeral, but like, I don't know,
Mhm.
Wi-Fi left like a while ago,
Yeah, yeah.
and like, it kind of surprised. It was kind of surprising to me when I learned that like Fuck It was in there. Like,
I know, right? I looked up like a list and I was like, whoa, fuck, it's in members only?
yeah, I
What the
mean he
hell?
was, and then he was in Midnight Society, and then last year he like left Midnight Society, so he's just going solo now.
He's all over the place,
I
damn.
know, bro. He's going crazy. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
when like 30 was blown up back in like 2016.
Yeah.
That was such a meme. Like the 2016 memes were like what got me into underground music. Surprisingly
Yeah,
enough,
everything was just like bass boosted.
bass boosted dank memes. That honestly, that's kind of like, even though like you could look back on it and like a lot of those memes are kind of cringy compared to like the TikTok era. Like I kind of miss it. I kind of miss
Yeah, I
it.
don't think it was that bad
It
looking back
was,
on it.
looking back on it compared to what we got. I mean, at the same time, I guess you could say TikTok is better than Musically. You know,
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah.
I don't know. It depends.
It depends. I mean, it's a little. I mean, I feel like the content come out of TikTok is a little bit more bearable because there's more variety to it. It's not just people lip syncing. You know.
Yeah, that's true. Because that
Yeah,
was basically all Musically was,
that was
just lip
basically all
syncing.
Musically. Exactly. Anyway, so now talking about more of your merch. So here, let me just pull up your. Hold on a second. Let me go to your website. All right. So it was. Hold on, page is loading. Okay, here it is. It was your shirt called Purity. It says "Suffer for Purity: The Memories of Puppets." So like, what is the meaning behind that shirt?
Um, it's just a bunch of stuff that I haven't really gotten to yet. I don't know. I'm trying to do a lot of different things as far as storytelling. It ties into the whole alter ego and
Light.
Lilith thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Light and Lilith. I don't know. It's a bunch of stuff that I haven't really gotten into yet, but I really want to. I just have been holding off because I still don't really know how.
Yeah. I mean, just I mean, it's kind of cool like planning stuff out, you know?
Hmm.
Like I'd really recommend just like kind of maybe sitting down and like I don't know if you know about the artist Kare, but he's got this whole
Yeah,
EP series. Yeah, you know, is like This Is Weird series that he's got
yeah,
going.
yeah.
Like stuff like that is really cool. So like I just really like how like stuff builds off each other. So maybe like taking some time to like, my recommendation would be just like taking some time. Like I'm not telling you how to do stuff. I'm just saying as like
No,
a
that's all
recommend.
good.
Yeah, just like it's some advice. Maybe just like take some time to like sit down and just like maybe like think about like, all right, where do I want to go with this? Because like, you can come up with like a million different ways of how to do things, but like
Hmm.
maybe like setting a clear path would maybe like help you guide yourself. Um,
Yeah, I have a general
on how you
idea
go.
for like the story, but I
Yeah.
just don't know how to put that into like songs.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll come with time. Like, like it's a lot of stuff takes time, but I think you'll really like, give it some time, give it some thought. You'll have something crazy. But anyways,
Hmm.
so, um, I guess like going more towards some of your other projects. You have Untitled Volume One. So like, is that tying into like what you want to do in the future? Like, do you want to have further installments of that album, or was it just kind of like a spur of the moment kind of thing?
I want to have, yeah, I do want to have multiple installments of that. I don't know how many, but I'm definitely gonna be doing more of those. It's more basically just like kind of experimental stuff, just like I don't know, seeing where I can go. Cause the first song on there and the last song, which is Lilith, Imperfection and Lilith are kind of like really
Yeah,
different to what I did before.
yeah. So like
I don't
you
know.
already,
That's kind of the
yeah,
sound that I like.
yeah. So you've already talked a lot about Lilith, but what about your song Imperfection? Because that that really, that song, it's got one, it's got the most plays, and two, it really like dry, like I definitely noticed it was a big hook to me when I was listening to that EP. So like,
Hmm.
what about it inspired, like what was like some of the inspiration for that song?
Well, I have another song called Perfect, which is basically about like wanting to be perfect so badly that it kind of drives you insane. And then imperfection is basically like the opposite of that, is like dwelling in the fact that you're not perfect, and then that
Yeah,
drives you insane. So I
yeah,
guess they're kind of like imperfection is kind of like a sequel to perfect in a way, but that's the general idea.
yeah. So I guess going back to you have a series called okay, I'm so tired right now. Denif-
It's okay, bro. I woke up like 2 hours ago.
yeah, I'm so tired now. You got the series Deniv. I'm saying it wrong. Uh,
Denial.
Denial. Oh
All
yeah.
the all
Oh yeah,
the
the
V's are
A's.
A's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the A's. Okay. All right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry. So like, what inspired the Denial series for you? Because you had part one and you got part two, and
Yeah, it's
also
funny 'cause
Risky's on it too.
yeah, it's funny because he wasn't even like supposed to be on it. We were kind of just like going to that studio that I was talking about, and we both had different songs that we wanted to record for that day. And for me, Denial was one of them, and then he had like one other that I collabed on with him, but I don't think it's up anymore. But I had Denial, and I was like, "Yo, you want to hop on this?" He's like, "Yeah, let me see what you do on it." So I did my verse, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm definitely getting on that."
Yeah.
So that just kind of happened. It's basically just about like denying what you're feeling and how that can like tear you up. But it's not
Yeah.
a really depressing sound. It's not a depressing song sonically.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it did as well as it did.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely doing some numbers right now. Like Denial Part One, it's got 21K, and then Denial Part Two, it's sitting at almost 4K. So it's doing
Hmm.
numbers. But anyways,
There's
so
videos on YouTube that have like even higher than that,
I
which
know.
is
Oh,
crazy.
oh yeah. Oh, so talking about. Oh, I should have asked about that. How do you feel about like all the AMVs that you have on YouTube? Like, how do you feel about like all the attention you're getting on that platform?
I mean, that's awesome. I love seeing my stuff getting made like into videos by other people. I mean, there's some like Fortnite montages with my stuff too that's kind of like but I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
have
saw
no
a couple
problem
of
with
those.
any of that. That's cool.
Yeah. So, so you never reach out to promoters. That was all just people, just like just throwing your stuff in with AMVs. That was never
Well,
like,
a few times I've reached out to promoters, but
yeah,
like that's only for like two videos, I think, two or three
yeah.
videos.
So talking about that, what do you think? What was like the, I don't know how much what was like your coolest fan interaction? Like I like over the internet, like just like what was like the coolest like just moment that you had with like one of your fans?
Oh, that's hard because I don't know. A lot of people hit me up all the time because I keep my DMs open for that specific reason so that I can interact with people because I love that. Like
Yeah,
just reading comments or like getting DMs from people saying that they related to stuff or whatever.
yeah.
But I don't know. The coolest one was probably uh I don't know if I want to say his name, but this guy, he was like he ordered a shirt from my website and he was like really hyped when it arrived in the mail. He like sent me a video of him unboxing it and then he
Oh
sent me a
wow,
picture of him putting it on. Or not
wow.
him putting it on, but of him wearing it. And he was like super hyped. I was like, "Damn, that's cool."
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I mean, I thought about like possibly getting something like honestly like out of I gotta be honest, out of like merch I've seen like from a lot of artists, this is like not actually that bad. Like I can definitely see like there's actually thought into it. It's not just you slapping your name on something. Like there's actually
Yeah,
like
yeah, I try not to do that.
yeah, like a lot of people just like slap their name in like a edgy font on a hoodie and just call it merch. Like I mean, that's okay for like a couple, for like something, but like when your entire merch store is just that, it just gets really it
Yeah.
gets really boring. But yeah, I definitely do like the variety of things you have on here. You got like long sleeves, you got some stickers, you got a phone, you even got a phone case. That's pretty.
Hmm.
Some hoodies. Like, there's a lot of stuff here, and I'll for anyone watching this video right now, I'll leave a link in the description down below if you guys want to go cop some of that merch. I highly recommend it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Anyways, I mean, this whole video, like, we're just like sharing. I mean, this whole interview, it's about you, bro. Like, it's about you.
Yeah, yeah. This is cool too because this is like the first time that, well, this is my first interview for one, but
Yeah. Oh
this is
wow.
also like the first time people are like hearing me outside of a song. Because even when I post on like Instagram or on my story or anything, I'm not really speaking much.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't talk on my Instagram. Like, the only place people can like hear my voice is on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's funny because like until I started posting these interviews, like nobody in my area knew about it. And like even now that I'm doing it, still a lot of people. It was so weird. Like at school, I'd have people that I like never talked to like come up to me and be like, "Yo, I mess with your interviews," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you." But like at the same time, it's like this weird thing, and I'm sure you can relate to this, where you're okay with random people on the internet, like, finding your stuff and like, consuming it. But when people in real life come up to you and talk to you about it, it's really awkward.
Oh, yeah. I hate listening to people listen to my music. I don't know why, but like hearing somebody else playing my song is like really weird to me still.
I know. So I can feel the same. Like it, like me, like really, like I'm hyped when people consume my content, and like it makes me happy that people are consuming my content. But then it's like, and it's also one of the reasons why I go by my real name, Ethan.
Hmm.
Is because I used to go by a screen name. I used to go by Dev. Sounds really cringy
Dev.
now. Yeah, I used to go by
It's not that
Dev.
bad.
Yeah, I guess it's not that bad, but one of the main reasons why like I changed it was like you couldn't find my channel when you searched it, but also
Hmm.
because it's such a simple name, and I didn't like change. It was Dev, like it's just such a simple
Yeah.
name. So I ended up changing it to just Ethan, like my actual name, and it's just and like because like people come up to me in person and be like, "Yo, what's up, Dev?" And it was so cringy to me.
Yeah, yeah. Same
Like
here. I'm still
like
trying to get over the fact that people call me Shadow, but it's all good.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I was just like, I mean, I could have gotten used to it like over time, but I was just like, you know what? If people are gonna call me by something, call me by my real
Just
name.
call me by my name, yeah. That's
Exactly.
actually part of the reason why I changed my thing, my name,
Oh,
because
really?
it was just like basic Shadow, but then I was like, damn, there's way too many search results for that.
Yeah. So
So I'm
then,
like, let me change it to something more
yeah,
abstract, I guess.
abstract. Yeah. When I first saw your name, I was like, does it SS Shadow? Cause like, like you got like SS Sniper Wolf. She got like double S
Yeah.
with her name, so I was like, I didn't know. But actually talking about your name and like how we met, I found you. This is like the weirdest. In terms of like,
Yeah.
I should mention how we met. This is like the weirdest way I've ever found someone and reached out to someone. So what happened was life happens. I can't remember what the question was. I don't know what you asked on his
I think
story.
I I think I asked him like how he chooses who he's gonna interview.
Oh yeah. So then I was just like, okay. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember now. So it was like how he chooses who they're gonna interview, and I was just like, okay, this is someone I could interview. So because like I'm trying to find people that I can interview and stuff like that who are down for interviews. So I was just like, I DM'd him, and I was just like, because I'm actually planning life interview coming soon. I was trying to keep it a surprise because
Ooh.
I was actually gonna go out to DC because I have family out in DC. I was gonna go out there and interview him in person, but because of coronavirus, I can't. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. Life happens, and life happens. Life happens, and no bands interview coming soon. So
Oh, all right. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, wild stuff. But anyways, and then I DM'd you, and I was just like, "Yo, I found you off Life Story. Would you be down for an interview?" And you're like, "Wait, hold up, what?"
Bro,
Like,
I was so confused. I was like, how'd you find me?
bruh, yeah, I was like, yeah, it was so weird. Like, that's the weirdest. Like, I never like. I try to do like a lot of research and like always know a lot about the underground, but at the same time, like not be creepy. I'm telling you, that was like that probably like in terms of reaching out to people to work, that was probably one of the most like anxiety inducing moments because I'm like, bro, this dude's gonna think I'm a fucking creep.
I was kind of creeped out, not gonna lie, but I mean, you're
Yeah,
chill, so it all worked
yeah,
out.
it all worked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, yeah. Thanks, bro. Yeah, yeah, you're cool. Like, honestly, like, yeah, like it was kind of funny, like going into some interviews, like when I don't really know someone that much. I feel like these interviews are like kind of like a experience of me like getting to know someone. Um,
Hmm.
they're like always awkward at first, but I feel like by the end of the interview, like we've had like a conversation and like
Yeah, like I've known you for years now.
I've known you for a year. Yeah, it's kind of funny because like some of these people like that I interview, I feel like I know them better than people that I know in person because I never talk to them. You know, it's pretty
Yeah.
wild. Yeah. But anyways, so I guess this is coming close to more towards the end of the interview. But one of the last questions I wanted to ask was, where do you see yourself in like the next couple of years? Like, where do you want to take your music career in the future?
Uh, I mean, I hope to get a bigger fan base, but I mean, I never really want to be super big. Like, I don't want to be like Drake status, you know
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
definitely. Because
I don't know, because I want to be able to interact with people still. That's like one of the main reasons
yeah,
why I do this, because I just love helping people out and like interacting with fans and all that. So I feel like if I get too big, I won't be able to do that.
yeah,
So staying in the underground, to be honest, would be fine with me. It's just, yeah, I'm just open to getting a slightly bigger fan base and, keep making music.
yeah. I mean, just like, and this is the same with me. It's like I don't, and that's kind of like why I do underground stuff is because like I don't know. I just feel like with the underground, I could be more low key about everything, and I can still be a normal person, you know. And
Yeah, there's a lot of chill people here too.
yeah. I mean, you, for example, like you, for
Oh,
example, yeah. I'm homosexual. I love my. Okay, I'm fucking around.
yeah, gotta keep it
uh,
professional.
we're keeping it. Nah, nah, no. We're not keeping it perfection. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but like these interviews, like I know some listeners want me to keep it professional, but like at the end of the day, I just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
and that's what I like a lot about these like underground interviewers is like they don't like they'll say and bring up topics that mainstream interviewers would never even dare touching and just
oh yeah.
having crazy conversations. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so one question I have before we end off the interview is like, have you done any live shows before, and like, what was that experience like?
Yeah, I did a couple live shows actually in my state. One of them was with Risky, my boy.
Oh
Shout out
yeah, that's
Risky
what's up.
again.
Shout out Risky.
But we performed Denial, and it was weird because that was like the first time we ever performed anything, but it still ended up being like really cool. Really cool
Oh, that's what's
experience.
up. That's what's up. Like, did you have people like after the performance just like coming up to you and like saying like, oh, I like your music, like what's your SoundCloud and stuff like that?
Yeah, we actually had people doing that a lot. It was really cool because back then it was like a really long time, and that was like when we were both kind of like starting out. Because Denial was like my third song I ever made, which
Oh
is kind of
really?
crazy because it's like my second biggest now.
That's wild.
But yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that's what's up. Did anyone like ask for pictures? Like, did you like take pictures with anyone?
No, not we're not at that.
Not that. Hey, but soon though, possibly. Hey, shout out.
Hopefully,
Hopefully, yo. Hey, be on the lookout. Man's coming up.
hell yeah, bro.
I guess the last question I would say is what is like your message to the underground? Like what is your advice to people coming up?
Basically just be yourself, make what you want to make, because then you'll grow a more intimate fan base, I guess.
Yeah.
If you make what you want to make, then you're gonna attract the right people. You're gonna attract the people that you actually want to be around, instead of trying to be an industry plant and making music you don't actually want to make just to
Jumex.
get big. Yeah, man, that was bad.
That
I
was
remember
bad.
being so mad about that.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't like name dropping people, but I think that's one guy I can name drop. And
I feel like, yeah, that's one that everybody kind of agrees on is like kind of industry planning.
yeah, the
He had
council has
like two
decided
songs,
the council has decided his fate exactly. But
basically. Yeah,
yeah. Anyways, so thank you so much for coming out for this interview. It was a lot of fun. Everyone watch this interview, or maybe possibly I'm hoping to get these interviews on Spotify and like Podbean soon, just for those of you who want to listen on podcasting services. But for those of you who are watching this on YouTube right now, I'll leave links for all of Shshvdow's social media and his merch in the description down below. Make sure to go check all that out. He just dropped his new song Afterlife, and he's also planning on hopefully continuing his light alter ego. So hopefully we'll see a lot from that. We'll see a lot of great things coming out from that. Also, make sure to go check me out. My Twitter and Instagram are linked in the description down below. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment of who you want me to interview next, and I'll see you guys on my next interview.
All that pretty shit ain't pretty. Pop his ass cause he thought a nigga was sleep. 4 milli, I'm destined to reach some fucking millies. But niggas be on niggas. P. Diddy, I'm tryna send in this game. My goal is reach millions of fans, but don't wanna be a celebrity. Celebrities got no privacy. Paparazzi's hiding in the bushes. They gonna play me.